We've already discussed your standard power bars and Olympic weightlifting bars. Now I want to discuss with you what we call some specialty bars. They enable you to do some different exercises. Also by design, they allow you to work around and with certain types of injuries and special populations. And so I just want to go into some of the advantages and disadvantages of some of these bars. Some of the bars that I'm now going to talk about, or I should say actually most of them, are designed for either advanced trainees or special populations. And when I say special populations, I'm talking about people that lack certain mobility, maybe have certain injuries, etc. They're not able to get their body into certain positions. Generally speaking, for novices, you just want to use a standard power bar. Just get really, really good and really strong and efficient, learning form, developing your own technique in the most basic, fundamental power movements of strength training. Squats, bench presses, overhead presses, deadlifts, barbell rows, etc. Get really good at those before progressing into some of these specialty bars. Some people become very enamored very quickly at all the bells and whistles of some of these other bars, and until you've really mastered and have a very good understanding of the basic movements with a general power bar, don't progress into these. Without any further ado about that, this bar up top is called the Swiss bar, also known as the football bar. It is sold by Elite FTS, and it weighs 35 pounds. It costs $250. This bar is great for people that have shoulder injuries and can't hold with an overhand grip or a pronated grip. You see, you've got 3 different grips here. Allows you to take a neutral grip. Takes a lot of stress off the shoulders. This is great for various types of presses. This right here is called a Pollen's Axle. This is sold by Ironmind. A lot of our strongmen use this bar in training. It's a non-revolving bar, which means it's all one solid piece. It's hollow. It's 15 kilos, 33 pounds, 2 inches in diameter, and most of our strongmen will use this for overhead lifts, etc. And this retails for $220. This right here is a safety squat bar. Fred Hatfield designed and originated this bar. It's a fantastic bar to use with people that have shoulder injuries and simply can't get their hands back. We took it a step further and had a welder, fabricator that actually does some work for us add on these handles. So now you can get up underneath the bar and hold the bar like this. This is great for max effort work, squats, good mornings. You can actually do lunges and step-ups with it, etc. This bar weighs about 65 pounds and retails for roughly $400 depending on where you purchase it. It is padded. This bar will not fall off your back. And again, great for people that have shoulder issues, immobility, shoulder restrictions, etc. Next, I want to show you 2 of the cambered bars that we have here. 2 more of the specialty bars that we have here at SSPT are both cambered bars. If you look up the word camber in a dictionary, it generally means arched or bent. And so these 2 bars behind me are both cambered bars. You can see that this one right here is called the rackable cambered squat bar. It's got a 14-inch camber. This bar weighs approximately 60 to 65 pounds and retails for about $365. You can buy it from Elite FTS. This is an excellent bar for various types of squatting as well as good mornings. You can also do walking lunges with this sort of thing, step-ups, etc. What the camber is going to do, much like in the safety squat bar, is change your center of gravity. So that's what a lot of these specialty bars are doing. As you squat down or do a good morning with this cambered bar, the plates are actually going to shift and oscillate out in front of you, so you're going to wind up working your back a lot more than you normally would with a standard barbell. So those are kind of the advantages. Another advantage is, again, with with this cambered squat bar is that if you've got shoulder issues and you can't get your arms back, you can get under the bar and actually hold the bar here in this position. So it affords you that opportunity as well. This bar here is just a cambered bench bar. It weighs 45 pounds. The camber obviously here is not as drastic, but what this bar is going to allow you to do is it's allow you to increase your range of motion on your bench press. So when you're lowering the bar, you can actually go a little bit deeper. This would be appropriate for people that are really weak off the chest. Another popular exercise that you can do with this bar is simply shrugs. You can stand in the middle here, hang onto the bar, and do standard barbell shrugs without ruining your groin and having your butt get in the way. You can actually hold this behind you as well. So these are two different types of cambered bars that we'll use for a variety of exercises. Okay, the last specialty bar that I want to talk about is called the trap bar. This is also known as the hex bar. It weighs 55 pounds and retails from between $120 to $185, depending on where you purchase it. There's two major exercises that you can perform with this bar. The first of which would be the deadlift. The difference between this bar is you actually stand on the inside of the bar, thus maximizing your center of gravity, allowing you to manage your center of gravity better than with a traditional barbell that's out in front of you. You will be able to deadlift more weight with the trap bar than you would with a standard power bar, again because you're maximizing your center of gravity. You'll notice that when you actually deadlift with this bar, your body, when you stand up, actually becomes the bar. When you lock your hips through, your hands are even with your hips, thus maximizing your center of gravity. The other exercise that you can do with this bar is just a traditional barbell shrug for your upper back and traps, where you just hang onto the bar like this and do shrugs. This bar is fantastic for beginners or novices or special populations that have difficulty setting up in the deadlift with a traditional powered bar. If they lack the mobility, the flexibility, or the upper and mid-back strength to keep them in extension during a deadlift, you may want to try the trap bar. This will enable them to get in a much better start position for the deadlift. For really tall athletes, a lot of our basketball players that come in will actually use the higher handles. So this bar flips over, and now we've increased the handle height by about 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches. So again, this bar is good for deadlifting and shoulder shrugs, and for novices that are unable to put themselves in the proper deadlift position with a standard power bar.